some more Contractors, Foxes, Ceska or Grupo, but this time just with Chameleon. Alright, the reason we can be doing Chameleon separately is just quite simply because of how Chameleon works. So, not going to waste any time, I'm just going to jump straight in to this. So, these are the builds and mathematical formula, Ceska, Grupo, Contractors, Foxes, as you can see, and this is the DPS. This probably isn't too dissimilar from what we've seen in the previous video with other ARs, however, the catch to this is all of these builds, minus the Ceska, are at like 43% critical hit chance, where the Ceska is at 45. And the reason for this is quite simply because of how Chameleon works. So if you want to optimize all of the buffs in place, yeah, you kind of need to build Chameleon a bit weirdly, which is why we're also doing Chameleon separately. And if we add in the middle buff, as you can see here, 1.9 all weapon damage, nothing actually changes, percentages are still the same, it's just we now do bigger numbers. That's quite simply it. However, the biggest change quite simply comes from when we get the top buff, which is 20% crit chance and 60% critical hit damage, which is what this is, which actually makes it look like Ceska is the worst. However, although in terms of DPS Ceska is the worst, but you might also notice we're doing silly numbers now, like our overall DPS is huge. That being said, although Ceska is technically the worst, we're still talking absolute minute changes in overall DPS, as well as Ceska is going to have the added benefit of being able to work with or supplement some crit chance to your other weapons on your build. So unless you plan on just sticking with nothing but Chameleon and only Chameleon, Ceska is still very much a viable option. However, one thing that this could be a prelude to is how some of these stat lineups are going to be looking when we start looking at SMGs, which does mean things like Grupo and Contractors are going to be a lot more prevalent there. Now that is it for this video, I'm afraid to say. Not really a lot to go over. 2 minutes 30, I do apologise. However, I need that juicy ad revenue, I'm afraid to say, so I'm going to be adding about 6 minutes worth of Chameleon play in the background. Feel free to watch, feel free to click away. However, in the meantime, have fun, good luck, don't die. It's bad for the health.